I am Coach Crystal Henry, and if this is your first time on my new YouTube channel, well, welcome. Thank you so much. And if you're coming back, well, welcome back. Thank you. This is a great time for you to share and to like if you're coming back, because this is going to be great content. So I asked my son to ask his friends, they are seniors in high school, some questions about what they want to know, what's going on in their mind. And so one of the questions, I got 7 questions. And so one of the questions is, how do I prepare for my next chapter? How do I get my mind ready for my next chapter? Well, a lot of times we say, oh, I'm 17 or I'm 25 or I'm 40 or I'm 30. We call our birthday our next chapter. Well, if you're in high school, your next chapter is what? Is college. If you're married, your next chapter may be to be a mom or to be a dad. If you are graduating from college, your next chapter may be my first real good job, landing my first good job. If you are single and you want to be married, your next chapter may be walking down the aisle and beginning your marriage. Maybe you're an entrepreneur and you're trying to figure out, how do I get my business mind on, and what does that look like? How do I prepare for my next chapter? What does that look like? How do I prepare my mind for that next chapter? So I'm glad you asked this question. I'm not going to get down to the nitty-gritty of when you leave high school, you do this. But what I am going to deal with is your mind. Your mind, my mind, our minds, okay? So lean in. Let's get this lesson started, okay? So there's 2 things I'm going to tell you about how to prepare your mind for the next chapter is the way that we think. So if I told you, you are so handsome, or you are so beautiful, you are absolutely stunning, you know what you should do in your next chapter? You should be a model. But what if I told you, you are so ugly, I don't know why they told you that you should do that. I don't know why they told you that that was your gift. Or I don't know why they told you to speak, because speaking ain't it for you. When someone tells you something so offensive or so crazy, you sometimes, if you believe it, you accept what they say. But if you don't believe it, you're like, that's not me. I'm not accepting that. Let me give you another example so you can see if you believe. So I said, you're so ugly, right? That was like, wait a minute, am I ugly? So if you believe that, you'll hold on to that type of thinking. But what if I said, you are orange, yellow, and purple? You are orange, yellow. You are orange, yellow, and purple. You are orange, yellow, and purple. Well, you know that that's not, nobody is orange, yellow, and purple, okay? So if you know that's not true, you just like, I'm orange, yellow, and purple, really? You would laugh it off, right? So the first thing about your next level thinking is, if it's something that is not true, you're not going to accept that thought. You're not going to accept that sentence. You're not going to accept it at all. Your mind, your body, your soul, your spirit, everything about your thinking is going to reject it. You know you're not purple, yellow, orange. You know you're not those colors. So you don't hold on to it. The thing that we hold on to is the stuff that we think is probably true, or the stuff that how we feel about, you know what? I am ugly. Oh, yeah, I've gained weight. Oh, I'm fat. So the things that we hold on to are the things that could possibly be Someone may have said it before. Those are the things we hold on to. So now I want you to reject, to clear your mind of the things that people said you could not do. The things that people said that you're not gonna able to do that. You're not gonna be able to do that. You can't do that. You're gonna throw out those thoughts and that type of thinking, and you're gonna put in new thinking. You're gonna think better. As a man thinks in his heart, what? So is he. So how do I need to think for my next level? How do I charge up? How do I raise my thinking? Well, guess what? Imagination is a concept that starts right here. Envisioning yourself being in a different place, envisioning yourself at a different level. When I first moved to Dallas, because I'm not from Dallas, but when I first moved to Dallas, I drove around and I looked at like tall office buildings. I looked at office buildings that I liked, that stood out to me. I just kind of drove around and I looked, and there was one particular building. I don't know why it stuck out to me, but it did. And I sat there and I said, I am going to get a job in that building. I didn't know what company was in that building. I had no idea. But what I did was I thought about it. Then I got my resume together and I went in there and found out who worked there, what was going on there in that building. And you know what? I got a job there. That was my first good job after I moved to Dallas. So imagination. Start thinking about, what do you want to do at that next level? Start researching it and then start saying it. I'm going to be a millionaire. I'm going to be an entrepreneur. I'm going to be a TV talk show host. I'm going to be a radio host. I'm going to be syndicated. You start talking about, you start envisioning and visualizing in your mind the next level, the next spot, the next place, the next. And so you start thinking about it. You set up a design. You set up your mind's design of what it looks like as your next level. You research it and figure out, how do I get from here to there? And you know what? I'm sorry, I misspoke. Not how do you get from here to there. That's not what you really need to focus on. You need to focus on what people have, what they might need to do or might have done to get to that level. Research that. Not necessarily how do you get from A to Z, but visually think about, my next chapter is college. My next chapter is marriage. My next chapter is having a baby. My next chapter is purchasing a house. My next chapter is purchasing a car. Research the cars that you want. Visualize yourself. Go test drive. If you want to live in a certain neighborhood, go check the neighborhood out. See, if we never visualize, if we envision ourselves there, we might not have the determination that it takes to get to the next level. So you start changing your thinking with constructive thinking about yourself. You start changing your thinking with visualizing yourself at the next level. You start visualizing yourself doing the things that you want to do. Now, there might be steps in there. You know, maybe I need to model before I become a TV talk show host or a podcast. Maybe I need to do podcasts. Maybe I need to do this or I need to do that. Maybe I need to learn lighting techniques or makeup techniques. I don't know what you need to do in order to get to the next level, but start researching it and start thinking that you can. So imagine yourself there, think about it, start researching it, start praying about it, start preparing your mind, your wardrobe. You might need to change what you're wearing. Maybe you need to change your hairstyle. Maybe you need to change your nails, because when I was working in an office, in order to type, I needed shorter nails. So maybe there's some things that you need to do to set yourself up for that next level. But start with research, start with prayer, planning it out so that you can get to the next level. Thinking is a large, huge part of getting to the next level. Imagining it is a huge part to getting to the next level. That's point number one. Imagine it, think it, research it to get to the next level. That was point one. Point number two, you have to have a mindset of it has to work. It has to work. My mind is thinking what I'm thinking about getting to the next level. It has to work. There's a scripture in the Bible that says all things work together for the good of those who love the Lord and are called according to his purpose. Well, guess what? God puts purpose in every one of us. He puts purpose in you. He puts purpose in me. And so purpose, we can find our purpose by searching out our next level, by praying and seeking God. And so we have to have a mindset of it's going to work. All things work. So I have to have an all things work. All things. It might start out on a bumpy road, but it's going to work out in the end. So I take my imagination, I take my positive thinking, my positive talking, and I think to myself, it's going to work. My mind is, it's going to work. All of these things that I'm putting together, all things work together. It's going to work. When I have an it's going to work mindset, does that mean that it's going to be perfect? No. I've had computers that have gone down, and I'm thinking, it went down right in the most important place. I'm doing this video and my phone is in the red now, and I didn't expect it to almost die. Unexpected things happen, but that doesn't mean that you won't get to your next chapter. That doesn't mean that you won't get to your next goal. It doesn't mean that you won't get to your purpose. What it means is you might have to do something a little different. You might have to improvise, but be willing to improvise. But the main thing is being and staying determined to get to your next level. Thinking positive. Everything is not going to be perfect. Everything is not going to work out. But it all will work out together for your good. It's all going to work out. You're going to get to the next level. Be positive. Reject the negative. Reject the people that say, you can't do that. You can't make that. Y'all, there are so many amazing inventors that invented stuff, and people thought they were what? Crazy. The light bulb, they thought he was crazy. People that build bridges, made furniture. There's so many things that have been made that people were thinking, that doesn't make sense. The wheel? Why would you need a wheel? And a wheel makes cars the wheels are round, and they make cars go? Invented. So don't let anyone tell you you can't. Research it. It may not work the first time. It may not work the first way you imagined it, but there will be a way to work it out. So are you ready for your next chapter? Are you prepared for your next chapter? Imagine it. Think positive and be determined, and you will be phenomenal at your next level. You'll be phenomenal at your next chapter. Be positive And you know what? I am Coach Crystal Henry. Come back and see me. Come back and check out some more of my videos, some more of my tips and tricks. And y'all like, share, and subscribe. Subscribe. I need you to subscribe and tell your friends to subscribe and tell your friends about this video about how you're going to get to your next level and how they can get to their next level. And you know what? I will see you next time. Have a great one.